Hey everyone, it's Libby from Meister Tarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Warramai First Nations people and huge welcome to you, your guides, my guides, and the universal energies. Absolute pleasure to have you here with me. Okay, what I'm going to have a look at, I'm using my Gilded Tarot Royale. I'm going to have a look at the EU support for Ukraine. Oh boy, as I was researching this, isn't it getting awfully convoluted? So the EU, the Germany, Denmark, Norway, Sweden, Finland, core of EU, have been incredibly supportive of Ukraine. But what's happened is that there's a proposal being brought forward to the EU legislators, parliament, panel, whatever you like to call them, a $20 billion plan, which is $5 billion a year over 4 years in support of Ukraine. That's been blocked by certain elements. Even Germany has brought up concerns about the size of the commitment. Hungary has blocked $500 million, $500 million that it had. Apparently, it was to provide to Ukraine because Ukraine blacklisted a Hungary bank, and we're talking about Prime Minister Orban here. Orban, who is quite pro Putin, or pro Kremlin. It's all very convoluted. We've got Polish and Hungarian truckers blocking border crossings into Ukraine over the argument of the price of Ukrainian grain, because apparently it's cheaper than the Polish and Hungarian grain. And what's happening is really a war fatigue is now starting to set in. It's really frustrating from seeing it from a spiritual empathic point of view, because I can see that if Ukraine just got what it needed, this conflict would have been over 12 months ago. This is in combined with the bogging down of funding in the US as well. So what I want to have a look, and EU elections are coming up in March 24. I may have a look at those today, but I might leave that until the new year. We'll see where the cards lead us. I just want to have a look. So what's happening in some of these countries, I think it was Denmark and possibly Germany as well, are doing some direct funding for Ukraine without going through the bigger EU cover. I just want to have a look. Have a look. Oh, okay. This is the right wing patriarchal causing issues, is what I'm getting there. I know this deck's an awfully beaten up deck. One of my cards is even missing a corner, but it's still a deck that I love to use. Okay, so let's have a look. Yeah, trying to yeah, Zelensky's out there trying to bolster support, his message, trying to get his message heard in regards to funding, but it's not going well. Restrictions, downfall. I'm not going to say death. I'm going to say restrictions causing. Those swords weren't in the back, but they were poised above it. It's just really, really feeling heavy energy. So show me, Ukraine. It's the countries. So we've got Germany, Denmark, Norway, Sweden, and Finland. Now, there are a lot of other countries that are doing what they can, but those are the five main ones doing support, because they're more progressive countries, but they are more wealthy countries, but they are also very they remember what happened last time around. Okay, you want me to stop shuffling? The EU giving support. Come on down, let's have a look at it. Burden. It is burdensome. Actually, okay, thank you. The smaller countries are finding it a real burden. You've got a mix here of high inflation, um, low spending by consumers, economies not growing. The message is that a lot of the smaller countries in the EU are finding that this ongoing conflict is burdensome. And here we have the governments. This burden is being challenged by the governments. Seven of Swords. Certain governments are concealing the truth, stealing the truth, lies, deception. In the past, funding being suspended. Here we have the US crowning this reading, and a truth being brought forward, a harsh truth being brought forward in the immediate future in regards to this. Wonder what this truth is going to be. Externally, fast movement forward. So there's going to be, with this US, it's also the negotiator and the diplomat. Might have a look. Actually, I'm going to grab pendulum and have a look and ask whether it is the US or whether it is, or a combination thereof. I'm feeling it's the US. It's the Biden administration. I've read that the Biden administration will be able to get funding through to Ukraine behind the scenes. Okay. Is this King of Cups the Biden administration? Yes. Okay. Can I ask a question, please? Is it to do with US funding of Ukraine that will sway negotiations? And they are refusing to answer. Maybe? Come on. Yes or no or maybe. Come on, guys. Is it the Biden funding of Ukraine? A little bit. A little bit. So there's more. Oh, okay. I just got that there's going to be this harsh truth is that there is going to be something that Russia or Russia supporters do that's going to be a real wake-up call that's going to, so we're looking about the coming back to the negotiation table in the new year. I'm seeing there's something that Russia is going to do over the Christmas New Year period that's going to be a wake-up call that will move this funding forward again. Internally, something out of left field coming forward that's going to move this funding again. We've got the wealthy countries, an emotional new start, an emotional overwhelming, the whistleblower, or a truth being brought forward. The truth being brought forward that's going to be quite painful is what I'm really feeling here. Again, another, oh, this is the two, I was going to say a page, but it's not, about, this is the funding, on the troubled waters, it's juggling the funding. There's a lot of anxiety over this. And here we have I'm getting the EU panel. So EU panel, yes, approving the funding. And then we have balance, moderation, and my peace card. Okay, there's a powerful truth that is being brought forward that will bring these in negotiations, the exposing of some lies, exposing of these lies. Yeah, I'm really getting, it's those that are opposing that are stealing the truth, and they're going to be exposed. There's something dubious going on behind the scenes. Need we say more? Here we have, this is the here and now on the base, the infighting within the EU legislation. Be careful what you wish for, because there is some dark money that is going to be revealed. It's going to bring about an ending of a chapter and a new chapter that's going to bring the funding into harbour. There are secrets that certain elements want kept hidden about moral, financial and ethical corruption. They're going to be forced to walk away as they find themselves entrapped by the information that's coming forward. We have a new beginning, a new journey starting as their foolishness, their foolishness, as there is a money trail behind the scenes in regards to contracts and agreements that were made that are going to bring about their downfall, where they're going to find themselves restricted. Okay, I am just going to put it out there. There are some member countries of the EU that are being dishonest. Their leadership, not the people, the leadership are being dishonest. I'm just going to, and there is going to be, the leadership is going to be exposed as having taken bribes or money or being rewarded, if you get what I mean, for the stance that they are taking. I mean, I'm not surprised. We're talking about the Erdogans, we're talking about the Orbans, we're just yuck. Okay, show me. Will Ukraine I have Sam Biden is doing a workaround. I do see that these countries, they're in the ranks of the EU panel, board, legislators, whatever you like to call them, representatives. There is this abuse going on, this abuse of their position. Okay, just shake my head. Absolutely shake my head. We seem to learn nothing. Therefore, we are destined to repeat it until it is so painful that we cannot ignore it anymore. With workarounds, will Ukraine, just 4 cards, guys. Will Ukraine, with workarounds, will Ukraine get the funding that they need? First card out straight up. Not as much as they need. Retreat, being forced to retreat. So they may lose some land, some of what they have gained. We've got the governments here, the infighting, be careful what you wish for. Wish fulfillment as well. This is my dark money, but it's really just a money behind the scenes. This is support from the workaround. Yeah, big yes at the end with the justice card. It won't be as much as they want, as much as they need. So it is a karmic destiny moment that we're facing with what's on offer. We've got the new start, new beginning, the skilled work behind the scenes. So they are going to get the work around money. It's not going to be as much as they are asking for. I think it's going to be brought about. When I said in that previous reading, there was something that is going to happen that will be a bit of a wake-up call, and it is a truth forcing to retreat. It's not, it's very complicated situation, but I do feel that it may be an attack on not Ukraine, but another country in the EU. But I do get they are going to get funding. It's not as much as what they're asking for, um, but there's a wake up call coming somewhere here for the EU. A real wake up call on so many levels. The fact that this is bogged down on a political level rather than what is right level, it just does my head in. But it is what it is. Okay, yes, they will get some funding. No, it won't be as much as they want. It'll be brought about because there'll be some moment, maybe an attack. I'm seeing an attack actually on, where is it? Poland leapt into my head, so I'm going to say on Polish. In Poland, that's going to be quite pivotal. But it's not EU, it's the countries working around the EU panel legislators, whatever you call them. And I also see in the US Biden doing what he can to work around, which he's already done via the Department of Defense, working around what's in Congress at the moment. Okay, let's see how it plays. Strength and love to all those that are involved on both sides. We've got to remember this is Kremlin, this isn't Russian people, the people in Russia. So take care. Love to everybody. Look after yourselves. Bye bye.